Hey, you too. It's Ben here. And today there's a question that actually is going to perhaps help a lot of us to realize, number one, we're not alone. We've all had some catastrophic situation occur, but also maybe we can all learn from those catastrophic situations. I know I've certainly have from others, and I think others have learned from mine. You can see in some of my older videos, I've had incidents that resulted in the loss of some fish that I really regretted losing. In my case, I made a serious mistake with some oxygen. In other words, I turned a power head off and didn't realize that the oxygen available just through the movement created by the canister outputs would be enough. You know, I thought that would be enough to oxygenate the tank, and the next morning I found 6 of my fish, including a couple that I considered prize specimens, dead. So the question today that this is leading up to is, what was the hardest lesson that you've learned? What was the hardest lesson that you've learned in fish keeping? And how did that change you? How did that change how you approach fish keeping? And you know, who better to address a question like that than somebody who is inquisitive? I think you know who I'm talking about. So let's get an opinion from on that topic from our friend Evan, the IFG inquisitive fish guy, and of course the head of hashtag HAPNATION. Check him out. I'll put a link below to his site. He also has a Facebook page, IFG Tips and Tricks, and I think he has a line of t-shirts now that he's offering, which I'm going to get me one, because as you can see, I need a new t-shirt. All right, so over to you, Evan. Tell us a little bit about your experience, and let's all learn a little bit.
Thanks for the spot, Ben. I'm going to have to say the hardest lesson learned for me when keeping fish is the nitrogen cycle. When I first started out keeping fish, I did not know that beneficial bacteria did not exist in the water column. So what I did was I transferred water from an existing tank to a new tank. Eventually, 2 or 3 days later, every single fish in that aquarium died. And that was due to the tank not being cycled. As I stated, I did not understand thoroughly the nitrogen cycle. I did not understand that beneficial bacteria exist on the items within your aquarium, your glass, your rocks, your substrate, your background, your filter media. That I did not understand. What I could have done better was do more research, in-depth research on the nitrogen cycle. Reach out to other experienced hobbyists, read a couple of books, you know, things like that. But when first starting out, you know, we all make those gun-ho decisions. So for me, it's the nitrogen cycle. Understanding the nitrogen cycle and beneficial bacteria. Okay, guys. Again, Ben, thanks for the spot. And remember, the opinion that you follow should be your own. Simply take this video as a second opinion from a complete stranger online.
That's excellent advice, Evan. Thank you so much. Research. You know, so many resources are available to us. You know, Cichlid Forum, lots of internet resources that are available, groups that you can get into and exchange information. It's all out there. There's also a tremendous wealth of books and that float around. Here are a couple books I came across just by looking around in a used bookstore. This one's in brand new condition, and is just loaded with all kinds of information and tips, like putting crushed coral in a micron bag inside of a canister to help with pH, things of this nature. This one's loaded with information about both African and South American cichlids, so complete pet owner's guide. So there's a lot of data out there, a lot of information that's available to us. Bottom line is that there are a lot of resources out there, both in the form of experienced fish keepers that are willing to help, like Evan, and as well as forums, things like Seriously Fish, Cichlid Forum, lots of Facebook pages, places I go to commonly, of course, IFG, Tips and Tricks on Facebook, the Aquatic Lounge, run by Jay Wilson. You have Tank Talk, run by John Hudson, and of course my Facebook group, ben.o.cichlid. So there are lots of groups out there, lots of books, lots of places. Unfortunately, a lot of folks have to have a catastrophic event, and then they do the research. They put the sort of cart ahead of the horse. They do it bass backwards, as they say, and they try and understand or try and figure out what the heck just happened, and then they do their research. And so maybe by watching videos like this, you can save yourself some grief, and certainly do as much research as you can ahead of time, and avail yourself of what is available out there. A big thank you to you, Evan, for your collaboration. I really appreciate it. And as always, your information is good and solid, and the whole community, of course, appreciates you. And stay tuned for more videos in the future from both of us, and we'll probably do some more collaborations. And certainly, Evan, be sure to get that t-shirt out, because as you can see, I'm in dire need. So anyway, check out his line of HAPNATION t-shirts. They're looking pretty good. He's got some of my favorite haps there photographed and on those shirts. So that's it for now, and thank you for tuning in and stopping by. And remember, the advice you follow should be your own. I can't do it like IFG.